First one of the year. We back. The Holla Boys are back.
Holla.
And bro, we
Happy
doing
New
this.
Year to
this
everybody.
review.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. Happy New Year, folks. 2026 it's gonna be the best year ever. We're gonna accomplish great things this year.
Yes.
Starting with this. This is the review that's long overdue, bro.
It is. It really is. It really is.
Sound effects now. Look, we got budget. We got budget for sound effects.
Yeah, we got a little sound effects. We got to work them into the thing a little bit better.
But this is the review that's long overdue. This movie came out, I think, in June? Was it June?
No, it's like March. It was like March or May or something like that. Yeah.
March?
It was definitely in the spring. Yeah, definitely in the spring.
Yeah, I can't remember the date, but I remember the effect. We are reviewing Sinners tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And, just to let people know, it's award season now. So it's been a lot of conversation about how Sinners is going to fare versus some of the other things. And we talked about it in one of our previous reviews. So, yeah, we had to go ahead and officially do our review for one of the hottest movies of 2025 and a strong contender for many awards in award season. So we had to come back and hit y'all up.
Yeah, and already we saw that, it got a couple of awards with the Critics' Choice Awards. Ryan Coogler got Best Director. Miles Cadden got Best Young Actor.
Yeah, breakout actor or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. And then I think there was a third. I can't remember what that was. MichaelBJordan was up for Best Actor, but it went to Timothy Chalamet. Now, we haven't seen we haven't seen the ping pong movie just yet. but now I'm dying to see it. Because I'm like, how can you beat Michael B. Jordan? Both Michael B. Jordans in Sinners, Yeah.
Well, listen, I mean, this is what I was talking about the other day. When it comes to awards, there's like a certain level of politics for every award show. You got your Golden Globe politics. You got your Oscar politics, SAG politics. Sometimes it's more of not a who is the best performance, but whose turn is it? Or who, who the studio want to stroke and who got more play with XYZ award shows. So for me, this is like, and they did Denzel the first way. Like when it comes to like black leads, best actor, you usually don't get that your first try. You'll get best supporting, sure. You'll get best supporting, but your first time out, it's probably not going to happen. You got to just be happy with the nomination. But we'll see. I hope I'm wrong. But like history says, he's not going to get. He's going to have to be happy with the nominations this year.
Yeah, the nominations go. Before we got to tell the folks who we are because it's 2026. Yeah. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jay Gregg. I'm a Taurus. I'm a screenwriting professor, screenwriting, and Suncoast Emmy Award winning producer. You check the gold in the back. I'm all about story, character arc, development, and all that good stuff.
And I'm your boy Essex O'Brien. I'm the actor. I'm gonna start putting my little festival awards. But I'm all about what hits, what misses, what should have stayed on the cutting room floor. And we hollering at the screen, baby.
Yeah, hollering at the screen. Welcome to our channel. Yeah. Let's get into the acting. Let's jump right into it. That's your specialty right there. What did you think about the acting?
Not one bad performance in the whole damn cast. Not one damn bad performance. Everything was top tier. We already kind of discussed Michael B. Jordan a little bit, but let's go down the line. Delroy Lindo. Come on, man. I haven't seen him mentioned yet in best supporting categories, but I do feel like he should be nominated. His monologue in the car alone, man, really kind of set a different tone in the film to me, man. His performance was incredible. Damn, her name's on the tip of my tongue, but the lady who played Smoke's love interest, damn, what's her name?
But she was incredible.
Yes. Wumi Osako. She was incredible. Haley Stanfield did a great job. I mean, top to bottom. And of course, Miles Canton, who I believe this was his first film, knocked it out the park as Sammy. Yes. And the vampires, the white vampires. We'll put his name in the thing too. I think
Jack O'Connell.
Jack O'Connell. There you go. Thank you, dog, who come to my rescue with my bad memory on these names. Jack O'Connell everybody was great. There's no performance that you could look at and be like, okay, he was kind of not pulling up their weight. It was just phenomenal performances. They did such a good job of adding layers to the characters and telling the different
without beating you over the head
stories. Right, man. Unbelievable. I think his name Omar Gooding or something like that. No, what's his name? Big guy, the big dude who played. You're talking about Cornbread. Cornbread, the guy that played Cornbread, man. He's one of my favorites, man. Representing for the big guys. Did an amazing job. So like, if there's an award for ensemble cast, they should take it home. Maybe the individual awards might not come this year, before an ensemble. Chef's kiss, baby. Chef's kiss.
Bro, the chemistry between that cast was just unbelievable. You could tell that they all enjoyed being there together.
Yeah.
Working.
Shout out to the dialect coach. The dialect coach. Like, yes. The accents down pat and everything.
Getting the Mississippi accents.
Yeah. It's easy to do a Southern accent, but to kind of get that Mississippi inflection, the different regional inflections, I thought they did that very well. And for the time period, because you can't just talk about accent, they talked a certain way in the 20s and 30s as opposed to how they might talk with that twang right now. And they did an incredible job.
Yeah, and you know what? I did not realize that Saul Williams played the dad, the preacher, Jedediah. And Saul Williams is known for his poetry, an amazing artist, and I didn't realize that was him.
Yeah. They did not cut no corners on none of these performances, none of these actors. All of these people are top flight actors, people who who love the craft, dedicated to the craft, and brought it. This wasn't a film for the the influencer or the fly by night or the up and coming rapper. This was for actors today and for the last year. So I commend Ryan Coogler on that, because he could easily go the way and say, I got to put this name in here, I got to put that name in there. No, actors, people who can bring it and dedicated to the craft. So I really appreciated that as an actor.
So do you give, as an actor, and you see an ensemble put together like this, do you give a lot of props to the casting agent or casting director?
To an extent, but we all know at that level, it's producer, studio director that really makes the call. The casting director's role is to, they'll bring people in. So just in case, schedule wise, this person don't work out. Okay, we got another person behind that, and we got handled the auditions and everything to make sure that you have a roster of people to choose from. But when it comes down to actually choosing the cast, that's Coogler as a director and producer. And then sometimes the studio has a little bit of power. It's often a power struggle, to be honest with you. Sometimes where the studio might say, okay, because they think about making money, they want to put X, Y, Z in this position. But if the director producer has won that power struggle, then it's their call. Director producer will make the call. So ultimately, the main credit goes to Ryan Coogler. As far as the people who fill in the scenes, some of the maybe smaller roles, and then the background roles, yes, that's all casting director. But for that main cast, that's Ryan Coogler.
Yeah, well, they did an amazing job, and we talked about them bringing on Miles Catton. That guy, a great singer, great young actor,
I was just gonna
and
say his voice. He's got one of the most unique voices I've ever heard because he has that deep baritone. A lot of artists today, they're either super nasally or they're all alto or they sing real high, but you don't have a lot of, those old school Barry White, Isaac Hayes type of baritone singers anymore that, he really, and for the blues, of that era, man, his voice was
it's perfect.
Perfect.
It was perfect. He was made to sing blues, and I think he didn't even know how to play the guitar. They practiced for 2 months.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Like that is crazy.
That gives me some hope. I'm trying to pick up the guitar too, so that gives me some hope.
I saw that.
You saw that? Yeah. So I was like, all right, I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I gotta pick this thing up.
I told you I can do some cowbell.
Hey, that might be my break-in. They might need somebody to play that shit. That might be my break-in.
So I know we're not really talking about editing, but man, I gotta give props to the editor also, because I don't feel like editors get enough credit for what they do. Yeah. But it's kind of like, when Spike Lee first started, and we talked about this before, he had his whole crew that he rocked with, from actors to the Eric Dixon is the cinematographer, to his editors, to everybody. And this guy that he had edit Sinners, MichaelBJordan, man, he's been with him since Fruitvale Station. And he's done the Creeds, he's done the Black Panthers, and I had an opportunity to actually read the script. I've seen the film now like 4 or 5 times. So I sat and read the script while I watched the film, and some of the scenes were really long. So they broke up those scenes with other scenes. Like they smashed them together to increase the pacing, the tension.
Okay.
And and when you see that, that there's a special relationship and a special trust that Ryan Coogler has with his editor. And they have to have like their own language that they can speak to be able to, to do stuff like that. Because again, from Fruitvale Station to the Creeds to the Black Panthers to this.
So in that line of thinking, one of the most talked about scenes is obviously when Miles is singing, but then they start shifting to show all the different cultures and versions of the blues and how music is used culturally. How does that look in the script compared to what you saw from an editing standpoint? Because that's one of the most, you're never going to forget that scene if you watch this film. And from an editing standpoint, like how they did it was incredible. So how does it look compared to what the script says and how it's supposed to look?
He explains it in there, like he bullet points exactly what he's looking for. But it looks like he added, there was even more that was added, the futuristic, the blue, what was it? The Asian dancer. And I really like that because we followed Annie. I think that's her character. We followed Annie from the kitchen into the back room to her husband, and then the two of them walked out, and we saw like the Asian dancer like right out there, spot on, ready. And then you had the break dancers, like all of them were explained in there, bullet pointed. And when you read it, it's kind of like, okay, this sounds cool, but then to see it, it's magical. It's that one and the scene with Remick out there singing. Where
everybody's out there dancing around.
All the vampires. Yeah.
Great.
It's dope. That's why I always encourage people, if you can get your hands on a script, dig into that. And you really want to be a screenwriter, you got to dig into that script and see exactly how they write, because the way that Ryan Coogler writes, it's just every word is intentional.
Okay, yeah.
Like every single thing that he wrote, he didn't overwrite, he didn't underwrite. Now there were some things that were, you know, moved around. Like in the script, they actually begin with Remick. Remember the Remick's intro.
Yeah. Oh, okay. How he jumps into the camera. You see the
Yes.
house, and he just jumps into the scene, and he's smoking. Okay, so that's how it starts.
That's how it starts. So imagine it starting like that. Like,
oh, okay.
But that would have given everything. But that would have given everything away because we don't get to. I think I wrote it down here. We don't get to the vampire part of the movie until like minute 41.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you almost forget that it's the damn vampire movie because you're getting all this backstory and.
But that's what we said, Jason. Remember, we was in the theater. We saw this at a screening, and it was like we saw two movies.
Yes.
We felt like we saw two movies in one. Yeah. And it was like it did feel like it was like, okay, we started this one, and it was like, oh shit, we forgot all of okay, here go the vampire part. Like it was like, oh shit. And I could have watched the whole movie without the goddamn vampire.
Without the vampires, yeah, because it was so emotional. You got so much backstory, so much information, and about these characters. You started feeling for each one of them.
Yes. And me, you know, me and my wife, we say that all the time about when we watch movies. Like, did we or did we not care about these characters at any point?
Yeah.
Did I, you know, if I saw them get killed or if I saw them get hurt, did I laugh at them or did I be like, oh no, not it? And that's because of how you develop and how you show characters. That's how you get people invested in your characters. So
emotionally invested in those characters.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I made a mistake earlier. I said the Asian wife's name was Annie. It was actually Grace.
Great. Yeah. No. Yeah. Great.
Yes, it was Grace. It was Grace. So and there were just so many Easter eggs in this film. Also, you know, when it starts in the script, it doesn't have a specific date. It just says, what was it, 1932 or something like that?
I thought it was just 30s Mississippi.
Yeah, something like that. But in the film, they specifically say October 16th, 1932. And then we go a day before, October 15th. And, you know, I'm thinking, I'm, you know, both of us are history buffs. So I was thinking, okay, well, October 15th is Million Man March. You know, does that have anything to do with it? And Ryan Coogler actually focused on October 16th because it was the release of Candyman. And I think that he really, you know, loves that film. So I was like, damn, that is very cool.
Yeah.
October 16th, 1992.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
And then because then they go at the end, it's 1992.
Yes.
Yeah. With the Coogie sweater and all that. Yeah.
It was so dope. And then
that's why a lot of people think you can pull off a sequel with this. You could definitely see a sequel being done over this.
You think so? Maybe between who survived? Was it Smoke or was it Stack?
Stack as a vampire. Yeah, he survived.
Stack and Marion. So I could see a sequel with Stack and Marion. You know, become a franchise like everything else. Yeah.
I mean, why not?
Yeah,
why not? Because they have lives that they've lived between that time, or you can tell it from that time. Because I mean, 1992 was over 30 years from now. So there's basically, I don't know. I'm not, you know, from a writing standpoint, I don't know how they would do it, but they could do it, and it's got the fan base. It's got the fan base to support it because, listen. Everybody I know love the film, or even, you know, everything's got its haters nowadays. Everybody's got its contrarians, but the people who love that film, like you and I, we've watched it 3 and 4 times. We'll probably watch it another 3 or 4 times over, you know, next year. So they got the fan base to do it. But yeah, we got to get back to the review.
yeah. Again, because every time you watch it, you find something else. And you know, the style of dress between Stack and Smoke, like you know, Smoke. I think Stack is in the Italian suit, and Smoke is dressed, you know, with the derby like the Irish guys, and they always talk about Irish beer and Italian wine. So I think that kind of tells us what gangs they rolled with when they were in Chicago.
Or a prequel. Now that you say that, because how did they get the money and the liquor and all of that? That would be awesome too. Like I say, with the movie, like you say, they had so many stories. You didn't need the vampires. The vampires was like on top of a great movie about two twins that was into some shit.
Yeah.
So man.
Yeah. It was beautiful, and then the contrast between like hoodoo and voodoo and religion, and then the vampire cult was like its own religion, so this is one of those films where you just love to continue to watch it and study it. And again, I encourage people, read the script. The script is so good.
And which is probably one of the awards they probably will get. I think, like I say, best actor, best picture, that's political, but the cursory awards like screenplay, that is an original screenplay, no doubt about it. That's not regurgitating anything that we've seen before. Original screenplay, costumes, editing, stuff like that. They have a strong chance of taking home.
Yeah, they again, props out to the editor. He has got nominated for an award. And then we talk about religion. We talk about the different clans. So you talk about the Ku Klux Klan, who they bought the club from, and or what was it, a farmhouse or something like that?
It was an old sugar mill.
Yeah,
it was an old sugar mill. And their plan was to kill them the whole time. They was gonna take them boys' money and then come back in the morning and kill them.
Yeah. So and then Stack killed them at the end, or was it Smoke? I keep getting
that's Smoke.
It was Smoke.
Smoke. Yeah,
Smoke.
Because Smoke, I always remember because Smoke's in blue, and that kind of bluey gray. So that's how I always remember him. And then Stack is Stack. Yeah, Stack is red.
And he smokes the cigarettes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. Might have been weed. Was it weed or it's just tobacco?
Yeah, I think it might have been weed. Yeah, it might have been weed.
Probably either one. But tobacco, because they was in tobacco fields and cotton fields, all that stuff they grew out there in Mississippi. So it's one or the other.
Yeah,
man.
It's just so great, man. So what made you holler?
Oh man.
What didn't make you
so holler? Many, man. So many. Huh?
I said, what didn't make you holler? That's probably
that's what I was about to say. Like I liked definitely when the Klan got theirs at the end. I guess I'm kind of working my way backwards a little bit. When the Klan got theirs at the end,
I think everybody was clapping in the theater.
When the lady first attacks Smoke, I'm not Smoke. When she first attacks Stack. And that whole scene where they come up and they finally realize, because Smoke doesn't want to admit it. He doesn't want to come to grips in it first. But your brother is a vampire.
Yeah.
I thought that scene was great. I thought the scene where all the vampires was doing their thing and dancing around, I thought that was surreal. I thought that was the visual of it and the way they did it. And the song itself was kind of jamming too. I was like, okay, this shit kind of right. It was just
was that the Pick Robin song?
I have no idea.
I was like, are they singing about picking the meat off of a dead person?
I have no idea what that was, man. Man. So many. Probably the biggest holler. And I know I probably share this with a lot of people, but when fucking Grace invited them in and let everybody come in, I know we was in the theater, we was like, no, bitch. I know I can't be the that's probably the biggest holler you had because we all do, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, no.
Yeah.
But after thinking about it, I get why she did it. I get why she did it, because if she didn't, not only would she have probably lost her daughter, but they just would have went into the town and just took over the whole town. And then by morning, you ain't got no town. You know
That's
what I'm
a
saying?
great
So
point.
they had to bite the bullet at some point and make a stand, because they was the only ones who could. They was the only one who knew.
Yeah.
And it just would have overrun everything. So yeah, at the moment, you know, you're thinking about the people you care about. You're thinking about everybody in that room. But then, you know, yeah, she kind of, they had to make a stand, and that took a lot of courage. So at first, I hated that. God damn, fuck you, great.
Yeah.
But when you think about, when you get outside of your emotions, she did what was best, because they wound up stopping them at that point.
And she was
at least they stopped the main people. You know, obviously Stack and his old lady went out there. We don't know what the hell they did from there, but they stopped Remick.
Right. And you know, Grace was egging them on, Smoke on, like, you know, you're a soldier. You know, go out there and do some soldier shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I had the same college as you, including, you know, the scene, you know, again, you know, we mentioned the scene where, you know, all the dancers, you know, and all the artists, and I love that because it showed how the blues helped develop all of these genres of music, how it influenced them, like a lot of stuff came from blues, you know. So
that was so surreal. It's hard to call it a holler, just because I'm in awe. It's more of an in awe moment. But because I couldn't, like, oh, this is so fucking cool. It's like you paying homage, you're showing history, you're educating, and you're entertaining. You don't get a lot of that when you go to the theater, man. So that was definitely a huge moment of the movie. Huge.
And I actually talked to some folks about that scene, and they said that they didn't understand why it was in there. They said it actually pulled them out of the movie. And I was like, it put me deeper into the movie.
You know, when you look at some of the comments and the commentary about it, there's certain people who are not learned, and they're not in touch with a certain third eye of the mind. You know what I'm saying? They don't connect dots very well. And to me, it was like, how could you not? You know what I mean? It's basically showing how we all use music to get through shit. You know what I mean? This is hard times, 1930s, and everybody's got a 1930s in their culture community, whether you're Japanese, Hispanic, Native, Black. So you don't see that connection there. It's like, okay, maybe you're not that deep. Maybe you just maybe you came for the vampire movie. You know, because I've seen a lot of people say that, oh, this was just from dusk till dawn.
Dusk till dawn,
How? So it's like, it's always people that is just not gonna be that deep, because they ain't that deep. They ain't got or they want to be contrarians and tear down something that means something to a group of people because it don't mean shit to them. And I've seen that not just with
their culture.
But to be fair, I've seen that from Black people too. I've seen that from minorities too. They just ain't deep enough. They ain't been to no museums. They don't fucking read. They don't really understand stuff like that. It's just a certain group of people in this world. No matter how you slice it, they always gonna be right surface level. Just feed me, spoon feed me. And that's what they want. And that's fine. You know, I just saw a fucking movie that was for the other day. We'll talk about that in the next review. But everything ain't gonna mean something to every people. But I know that, you know, for a lot of people, especially people that got roots in the Deep South, parents or grandparents from the Deep South, it landed. It was impactful. And you know, you and I, actually our whole role basically, when the final credits was rolling, we was just sitting there like, holy shit, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah, like, what did I see? Yeah.
Profound, man. This was a real movie. And because we don't get it very often. So yeah, man, you know, it is what it is.
No. When a Ryan Coogler movie comes out, it's like a movement, an experience. It's something you just don't forget. Yeah.
Yeah, he's at that level now. He's at that level now. He's our Spielberg right now.
He is. He is. I would think Tarantino, Spielberg, all of them. Yeah. I think the line of the movie was, where is it? I wrote it down here. It was when Mary was talking to Stack, and they were in the sugar mill, and she had just gotten bit, and nobody knew it. And she said, like, come with me up to the back room or something. And he was like, nah, you married. And she was like, you've been out here killing people. You gone to war and you did this, but you, what did she say? Oh, she said, you robbed trains and banks, but you can't steal this kitty cat for a night. I said,
oh yeah, it was definitely some lines in there. I'll never forget. I never forget for the rest of my life. I walked here.
Yeah.
I don't care. Give me that shit. He like a little twang.
Yeah, and then Sammy became a man in that movie.
Yeah, he did.
Pushed the button. He found the button.
Found that button.
And that's something else that wasn't. It was in the script, but in the script, Delroy Lindo was in the scene.
Doing what?
He didn't have a line, but he was in the scene. So I guess they said, like, the speech that he had was so impactful that they didn't want that conversation next to it. So they made it, I guess they made it a separate conversation between Sammy and Smoke or Stack or whichever one it was.
So it wasn't in the car on the way?
It was in the car. It was just when the two of them were in the car.
Okay.
But in the script, it was with the three of them in the car.
Okay. All right.
So they split it up, and I can't really see Delroy, having that conversation anyway. So,
Yeah, nah, it worked out just fine.
Yeah.
So how many
houses did you get?
Yeah, I was about to just ask you.
Yeah.
I mean, now that we've had the conversation again, now I'm like, okay, now I want to go watch it again, and I want to read the script again. But and we talked about this when we did One Battle versus Another. It's like those are the two best films I think I saw this year. But now I gotta give Sinners the higher one, because like you got me thinking about the things I haven't thought about in a while.
Yeah.
And rewatchability. You and I talk about this all the time. Rewatchability. What can I watch, no matter what time or when it comes back on? And I definitely have Sinners higher than I do One Battle After Another, as far as films that we've talked about in the last year. So I'm gonna give it my highest, man. 4.5 out of 5.
We got the same rating.
Same,
Same Hollis.
Yes, sir.
I give it a 5 because it ain't a perfect film, but it's as close to perfection for 2025 for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And again, I gotta see this Marty Supreme film and really see what the hype is about with ping pong. I gotta.
I mean, unless he's doing some Forrest Gump type shit, I don't know how good it. Obviously, he's gotten Critics' Choice, so we'll see what happens to the rest of the awards season. But and listen, no disrespect to Timothy Chalamet. I know Timothy Chalamet does great work. So we'll see.
All those stuff. Yeah. He's a great young actor, and it might just be his time, but. For Sinners, 4.5.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Let us know what y'all think. Give us y'all ratings. We know this film has been out for a while, but we all still love it. It's still being talked about. It's award season, so we rooting for it. And like and subscribe, share, and tell us what you was hollering about, man.
Yeah, beat us the comments. Get in those comments and let us know. And tell your folks about the channel. Again, we see you watching. Holla, holla.
Holla, 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 holla.
We'll see you next time.